years ago, which is now lost forever? Well, we have no idea, and we probably never will, right? That information is just gone. So here's a summary of where we are in our knowledge of the universe. Most of the universe is a chunk of stuff we only recently discovered we don't know anything about, right? Dark energy. Another huge chunk of the universe is dark matter. We know it's there, we know it's dark, right? That's about all we know about it, okay? And the rest of the universe is me and you and hamsters and stars. That's this tiny little sliver. All of human science, everything we thought we knew about the universe applies to this tiny little bit at the end here, right? So that's really one of these humbling moments, right? And of course, dark chocolate is in that category. What does that mean? It means we have a lot to learn, right? It means that the kind of things we will learn about the universe could totally upend the way we think about physics itself. I was talking earlier about big, fat questions, right? The kind of questions which, if you knew the answer, it would blow your mind, right? And that's what I'm talking about. I like to imagine, what would a child's astronomy book look like in the year 3000, right? What truths, what facts in that book that children everywhere would just assume, because they're obvious, right, that we have no idea about. That's why I think about future civilizations thinking about us the way we think about cavemen, because we're about as ignorant as they are. But we're doing everything we can, right? We have these amazing technologies to try to answer these questions. We have space telescopes that are peering deep, deep into the history of time, right? We have gravitational wave detectors that can see the tiniest little ripples in space. We have amazing particle detectors underground, smashing stuff together to try to understand how the universe is all put together. We're doing everything we can to try to answer these questions, you know, before the aliens arrive. I don't want them to just tell us the answers, right? That would be so embarrassing. We have to have some understanding of physics before they get here. Right? And I also like to think that maybe this is a golden era of physics, right? We've only recently learned how much we don't know, which means now we know what to look for. Now we know what questions to ask, right? We've discovered the questions, which means hopefully the answer is around the corner. And it could be that in 100 years, physicists are nostalgic for 2018, right? The golden era when they really figured out these big questions about the universe, right? I hope that these are the days we answer these questions that, you know, invert the way we think about the universe. The same discoveries at the same level of quantum mechanics and relativity. So in our book, we talk about this one question, this really big question, what is the universe made out of? We also try to tackle other questions we thought were at the same level, in the sense that you don't need a science background to understand the question, right? Like, what is time, right? Everybody wonders what time is. It's mysterious. We know it's somehow connected to space, but it's also different from space, because you can like move through space back and forth, but you only move forward through time, right? Why is that? Basic question we do not know. Why does time only go forwards? Another fun question is this one. What is space? Now, if you're thinking space, that's obvious, right? Space is the nothing. It's the emptiness. It's like the theater on which the universe takes place. No, but space can do things that emptiness cannot. For example, space can expand. Dark energy is creating new space, right? You can't create new nothingness. Space can bend. Einstein tells us that gravity is the bending of space, right? Space can even ripple. That's what gravitational waves are. So space is definitely a thing. It's a dynamical physical thing we've only recently started to think carefully about. It's like we're fish scientists and we've been swimming in water for 1,000 years, ignoring it and saying, oh, the water, that's not important, right? What can that do? And now we've only recently realized space is fascinating. So we try to tackle all these questions in the book and explain them in a lighthearted way that gives you an idea for what the questions are. So the focus of the book is not to say science hasn't learned anything, but to say science has a lot more to learn, and we hope to prepare you for those coming discoveries. So thanks very much for your attention.